The point of what they're going to do now is they're going to accelerate and make the level of control more obvious. They are intentionally creating a scenario where people's liquid wealth is not worth anything. All right. So they're making a situation where you must fucking get onto this. And so I would expect the economic inflation of our dollar to go skyrocketing between now and July.
Yeah.
If this is what they're really planning on, if they're really planning on launching it in July, then between now and July, they will ruin the currency. A lot of you guys have been asking me, because we were doing 2 C.T.Is a week. Now we're doing basically 1 a week at the end of the week to kind of recap the whole week. And I'm not saying we're going to do that forever, but right now, I personally believe that the best way that we as a country and as humanity can overcome what's going on in the world is to raise our standards. I believe that we need a cultural revolution. I believe that a lot of people out there don't understand what we actually need. They're waiting for someone to come in and fix everything and make everything better for us. But let's just say aliens came, and they fucking might. You know what I'm saying? Like, compared to what's considering what's going on in the real world right now, and abducted all the people who are making life difficult for humanity on a daily basis, and they took them away. Or let's say we had a violent revolution and we fucking killed them all, which people call for every day. What are we gonna do tomorrow? What about the next day? What about the week after that? What about the month after that? What about 6 months after that? And see, here's the thing. We need to raise culture. And the only way that we can raise culture is by helping people get better, helping people raise their standards, living to a higher standard ourselves, me included. Okay. And I feel like that my personal development content is proven. I'm at very high up on the food chain there in my life. And I think I can help more people with that right now than I can with the other thing. And that's basically why we're doing it. So more personal development content coming your way. The MFCEO project, for that exact reason I just explained, because I think people need it, will be launching soon. We're going to do a couple things different with that I think you guys are going to really enjoy. It'll be more interactive with me personally. I'm excited about that. But yeah, dude, I just think that we need to be helping each other. I think we need to be rooting for each other. I think we need to be picking each other up. This toxic culture of tearing everybody down and cancel culture and, all this bullshit, bro, it's got to stop. We have to come together, and we have to start changing the ways that we not only treat each other, but treat ourselves. And I feel like personal development content is where I need to do my work right now. So with that being said, this will be our C.T.I. that for the week. So lots going on.
If I can just add on to that, dude, I think it's super important, because this shit we will win, right? And the soil of America will be ripe once again.
That's correct.
So you got to have those skills.
You should start now.
Start it right now.
Because that way, when the fucking shit clears up, you're running at full speed.
100%.
These last 3 years, man, a lot of people, because at the beginning of COVID, a lot of you guys will remember, I talked very, very, very consistently about using that time to progress your life, whether it be your personal career, whether it be your fitness, your discipline, all your skill sets. The time to improve is always when everybody else stops. And because there's so much chaos going on in the world right now, a lot of people who would otherwise be going are pausing. And so that gives us an opportunity to move ahead. We could talk all day and we can say these things that feel good, like I'm only competing with myself. But in reality, that's not true. Okay, you're competing against a whole bunch of other people that want the same shit that you want, and there is a limited supply of that. The unlimited abundance mentality is true to a point. There's still realities that we have to deal with. There's still data and market share and things that we have to take and win. And so when you guys, especially who are entrepreneurs, when you go into your shell during difficult times and wait for the sun to come out and shine, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, because there's a whole bunch of people out there that will continue to move regardless of the circumstances. And those people are the people, in my experience, over 24 years of doing business, that end up always ahead. So I want you guys to be those people. So we're going to talk about personal development a lot more. We're going to talk about that a lot more. We're going to keep talking about this, but just get it in your brain, man. Like, these hard times, these chaotic times, everybody else is slowing the fuck down. Double down, triple down on your effort. And when things clear up, bro, you'll be running. You'll have so much that you have gained over that course of time. you'll be glad you did it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Thought it was just important to put out there. But yeah, so I mean, it is C.T.I. Got a lot of crazy shit going on.
Do we?
That it's important for us to clarify and try to sift through a little bit.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And that being said, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Guys, remember, if you want to see any of these pictures, articles, links, videos, we link them all in the description on YouTube. Also, go to andyfrisella.com. You can find them all linked there. And with that being said, man, let's get into it. Headline number one. This is a topic that I think we should bring some light into. I would definitely want to get your opinion on it. So let's dive into this. Headline number one reads, Nashville cops should be given White House honors, police group says. So this article just came out. This is a New York Post article. Let's dive into this. It says, the officers who skillfully gunned down Nashville school shooter Audrey Hale should receive the highest honors, including an in-person visit to the White House, the police group said Friday. Metro Nashville police officers Michael Colazzo and Rex Engelbert, who fired upon Hale, bringing an abrupt end to her 14-minute shooting spree, and their team displayed second-to-none heroism, which, when they rushed into the Covenant Elementary School, said Joseph Impertrance, founder of Blue Lives Matter New York City. Quote, these officers are heroes, and the actions of the White House should reflect that, with the highest honors awarded to them in person in Washington, Impertrance added. Metro Nashville police officers were seen in body camera footage running into the private elementary school around 10:20 a.m. on Monday, minutes after Hale, 28, shot through a locked side door and slipped in. Transgender Hale killed 3 school children and 3 staffers before the officers were able to get to her on the second floor of the school. A spokesperson for Tennessee Rep. Andy Angles told the Post that Congressman believes Engelbert and Colazzo, quote, deserve to be honored by the entire country, including their local community, the state of Tennessee, Congress, and the White House. Angles had already introduced the Covenant School Heroes Congressional Gold Medal Act this week to honor those officers. Now, it does say, the article reads, it says, President Joe Biden did phone the officers earlier that week, or later that week, but others have taken to social media to say in-person recognition is warranted. Now, I think it's important to remind our listeners and viewers, that outside of the phone call, that's pretty much it. And then days after that shooting happened, and it did come out that the shooter was transgendered, had some mental issues. But days after the shooting, Biden condemns violence against transgender women, not the violence against a religious group or people that belong to a certain group. And this is this is actually from the whitehouse.gov, a proclamation on Transgender Day of Visibility, and so it begs.
How many days was that past the shooting?
The shooting occurred, I believe it was March 28th. This is March 3rd. Yeah. So it's interesting, and everybody's been kind of lighting them up about it. Now how the other media, and again, everybody jumped in on this talking about, transgender, and just to show the other side of the aisle, I guess, what the other, more left-leaning news articles were talking about. This is from the New York Times. It was March 27th, correction. It says, there was confusion later on Monday about the gender identity of the assailant in the Nashville shooting. Officials had used she and her to refer to the suspect who, according to a social media post and LinkedIn profile, appeared to identify as a man in recent months. And that's kind of pretty much, that was the same narrative throughout all of left-leaning media. MSNBC, they tweeted, update, a previous post about the Nashville Christian shooting.
So hold on. So what I'm understanding here is a human being came in and killed 3 kids and 3 adults at school.
Correct.
And the national media is choosing to focus on
pronouns,
whether they were misgendered or not.
Yeah. USA Today. Police on Monday afternoon said that the shooter was a transgender man. Officials had initially misidentified the gender of the shooter.
Yeah, well, it's confusing.
I mean, it's very simply stated.
Y'all motherfuckers make all these TikTok videos talking all this shit about how everybody misgenders your fucking shit. Well, yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, first of all, the 99% of the fucking people out there look at you and they're like, what?
Yeah, right.
Like,
what do I look like?
Yeah, like that video of that dude at Sonic,
the Sonic manager,
you know, who's yelling at this poor manager because it's
sick. And then you got people like this on Twitter. This tweet, it says,
so sick of it, dude.
5 times at CNN misgendered, no correction. A mass shooting is horrible. Misgendering does not make anything better.
Yeah, look at her profile picture.
Exactly.
And look at her name. Yeah. It's fucking Karen.
Karen, you can't. I mean, come on, man. I promise you, I did not make this tweet up. It's real.
Bro, these people are fucking sick.
You know, and
They're fucking sick,
dude. I mean, and like, dude, the thing is, like you said, I mean, it's 3 kids, 3 adults. That's 6 humans, 6 American citizens that were killed. They just so happen to belong to a religious group, and then these 2 officers, you know, came in and they confronted evil. That's what they were supposed to do. You know, and I think it does deserve a little bit more than a phone call. You know, especially when we can bring LSU in Georgia to the White House for winning a fucking basketball game, which I understand is a tradition that's been going on for years. That's all cool and dandy, you know, but where's the actual recognition from them?
I don't even think that's important. I don't think that these dudes work for recognition.
Absolutely
I think most of these police officers out there are working to keep society civil and safe, and they're doing the best they fucking can. Do they deserve recognition? Yeah, absolutely. But we don't live in a normal world right now. We don't live in a world of logic where people think logically. Well, we think logically, but the media won't allow us to think logically. And, you know, when we look at everything that's going on in the world, it's all fucking backwards, right? Like this shooting happens and the White House comes out and all these fucking far leftist, transgender advocate people come out and say they like stand to protect transgender. Listen, dude, I saw a bunch of posts saying, oh, you know, Biden said this, transgender people deserve love and respect. Yeah, motherfucker, you should give it first.
Exactly.
Because for the last fucking however many years, y'all have come out here and shoved this shit into society, shoved it down everybody's fucking throats, shoved it into kids' faces, including grown men dressed as women, shaking their fucking dicks in little kids' faces. And you're talking about us not respecting you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you want to be drag and you want to go to a drag show and you want to dance around and do all the shit, bro, cool. Quit involving the kids. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. This isn't anti-gay. It's not anti-lesbian. In fact, gay and lesbians and bisexual people are fucking sick of it too, because the transgender community, which is infiltrated with pedophiles, has fucking worked itself into the LGBT community, and now it's dragging down the whole community of who are otherwise normal fucking people who just want to live life. Mm-hmm. And they should be able to live life without getting any fucking heat for what these crazy fucking mentally ill motherfuckers are doing. That's reality.
That yeah, it's that simple.
So, like, dude, this shit is disgusting. And you know, when we look at it from a deeper level, we should. And by the way, if you want to be transgender, I don't even fucking have a problem with that, and nobody else does. Nobody cares. Here's what they care about: you shoving it in everybody's fucking face everywhere they fucking look, saying that you're the most protected class of society, and you're saying you're the most villainized. Well, the reason you're getting heat now is because now motherfuckers are getting to the point where they're running into schools and killing people because of the perceived hate that they're getting, when in reality, you wouldn't even get the hate if you just leave the kids alone. This isn't hard to understand. But the reason they won't leave the kids, why won't they leave the kids alone?
Because they're trying to set up for
why would a grown man put on women's clothes and feel the need to go read books to children? And furthermore, why would a grown man dress like a woman? And because you don't ever see it the other way around. You don't ever see women dressed as men doing the fucking dances and shit. Mm-hmm. It's always fucking men dressed as women doing the fucking dances in front of kids. And the real shit is we have a whole infiltration of pedophiles doing this shit, and y'all motherfuckers are celebrating and enabling it, and it's bad. And people hate it. And guess what? They're not going to fucking take it forever.
And dude, like, and to your point about the infiltration, it's been proven countless of times that these men that go in to do these drag story hours, right? A couple of months later, they're getting arrested for child pedophilia. or holding
or they have
pornography.
been in the past.
Exactly. It's been proven time and time
No,
again.
dude. And like people like to tie this into like the gay community so they can call you a bigot.
Right.
No, the gay community has a problem with pedophiles who have infiltrated their fucking community, and it needs to be regulated by the gay community. The gay and lesbian and bisexual community needs to come out, like a lot of them are, and say, hey, fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's a dangerous thing, man.
It's very dangerous.
Because here's the real truth. The hate and the violence towards the transgender community hasn't even started.
They think it has.
It has not even started.
No, dude. And dude,
there's no mass shootings of fucking.
Just remember,
you know what I'm saying?
Just remember, a pendulum, when pushed one way, the higher you push it, the further you push it, the harder it swings back. And this has happened before in history. Nobody wants to talk about it. This is exactly what happened in 1930s Germany. Exactly what happened. The transgender community and the pedophile shit got rampant. And fucking people got fucking violent about it.
And there was a massive swing back.
Yeah. Look, dude, this has happened over and over again. And then we have to ask ourselves, well, why is this happening? Why is the White House issuing statements not a single time saying, hey, this is a hate crime against Christians, which it fucking is.
It absolutely was.
It is. They were targeted because they were Christians. The school was targeted because it was Christian. And they aren't saying it's a hate crime, but it's a hate crime to misgender someone.
Right.
Man, y'all can fuck off with that. That's how America feels. Most of America who has common sense says, hey, no, fuck you with that. They're not buying that shit. And we're catering to a fucking small little minority. And even the people who are left of center do not agree with it. They're fucking sick of it too.
That's a great point.
And it's poisoning their movement too. It's making all people left of center look fucking insane because y'all are allowing legitimate pedophiles to go and fucking indoctrinate people's kids. People don't want their kids to be fucking shown dicks and men dressed up in thongs and shit. Like, that's not what they want.
I don't want my kids to see a fucking heterosexual fucking stripper.
Dude, nobody wants your kids to be talked to about sex at all.
At all.
Childhood should be pure. You should have fun. You're supposed to discover sexuality, not have it rammed down your throat at fucking 2 years old.
It's that simple. Guys, what do you guys think? Let us know.
Bro,
in the comments,
listen,
man.
I already know everybody's sick of it.
Yeah,
we already know what they think. You motherfuckers blow me up all day long. I fucking see it. I already know what you fucking think. The problem and the reason it keeps happening is because you're fucking letting me know what you think, but you won't let the rest of the world know what you think. This is fucking bullshit. And it's bullshit. Why is the government pushing it? Why is the government coming out and saying all these supportive statements about trans people when it's saying they're the lifeblood of our nation? No, they fucking aren't. They're a small, tiny minority of people who have caught a trend now, and we have a larger percentage. Why is it that every single age bracket you go down from 40 to 30, okay, it's 4%. From 30 to 20, it's 6%. From 20 to 10, it's 8%. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Why is that? Oh, because they don't feel oppressed anymore. Okay, well, if they don't feel oppressed anymore, then what are you talking about all this hate?
Oh,
and by the way, Dylan Mulvaney,
I was about to ask you about
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I see Budweiser giving you a fucking commemorative can. And by the way,
I'm just
saying.
No, hold on.
I'm switching up today.
Hold on.
All right. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I see Budweiser giving you a fucking commemorative can. All right. And you got this motherfucker saying, I got a commemorative can for 365 days of womanhood. Well, I thought you were born in the wrong body, motherfucker. What are you talking about 365 days of womanhood?
Right.
I thought you were born in the wrong body.
Shouldn't it be 27 years of womanhood?
I don't know. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. I thought you were born in the wrong body. So which one is it?
Yeah.
See, there's all kinds of holes in these people's fucking logic that you're not allowed to poke holes in. I'll poke holes in them all day. I don't give a fuck what you guys say.
Poke.
Yeah. Like, bro, you're not going to come in. This shit's fucking way out of control. Any reasonable American in 2023 doesn't have any problems with gay people, with fucking lesbians, with bisexuals.
There's no rights that aren't there.
They get just as many rights as everybody else gets. And those motherfuckers want to go live their lives too. They don't want all this heat and all this attention. And you have this small percentage of that community making a fucking loud noises and causing all this shit. And it's fucking pissing everybody off. So like, if you think that there's hate now, keep pushing. And by the way, the reason the government, I keep trying to get to this point, but the government wants violence. The government wants trans Floyd. They want what happened with George Floyd to happen with trans shit. That's their next fucking thing. Okay. So they're pushing right. So like, dude, we're all.
Why would they push for that though?
Huh?
Why
well, hold on. I'm going to get to that. We have an open wound. 6 people get killed, 3 little kids. They stick their finger in that fucking wound intentionally to piss everybody off. Okay. Why do they want violence? Here's why they want violence. This is real shit. They want violence because they plan to disarm our country. They want NATO to come in and fucking disarm our citizens, to use our own military combined with NATO to disarm our country because they know they can never do it. Police won't do it. The local authorities won't do it. Our military probably won't do it. So how do you get it done? You create so much fucking chaos in the street that you have to call in the group that you're a member of to come in and help regulate peacekeep in this country. And so be fucking smart, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people to kill this group of people to come in and fucking take the weapons away. And when they take the weapons away, they aren't going to give a fuck about trans rights anymore, because they're going to be totally authoritarian, and we're going to move right into communism. So that's my personal thing. Has nothing to do with elections. In my opinion, I don't think they wanted to even get to elections. We talk about that later though. But these dudes, yeah, they cool. Get recognition. They deserve it. Get it from this administration, who's bought and paid for from China, who stands for everything that is the opposite of American values for 80% of fucking America, 90% of America. They ain't going to do it. There's no fucking chance. So it is what it is.
I didn't even think about that aspect of it. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't even mean anything, honestly.
They're not going to do that.
No.
And if they do, like, dude, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. These people are fucking so anti-American, bro. You don't understand. People do not understand. They fucking hate you. Oh, you voted for them? They hate you too. They hate you. They don't hate me. I voted for them, bro. They hate you the most. Why do you think they come in and destroy your lives every 4 fucking years to create problems so that they can promise to solve them that they never solve? Black communities
propagate all this hate and fucking
Black communities finally figuring that out.
They're 100%.
Black communities finally seeing what was going on. They're realizing that Trump isn't some fucking racist. They're realizing that Trump was an outsider and came in, and all these fuckers are corrupt. Anyway, I love that, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I
love that.
To see it.
I fucking love it.
Beautiful to see it.
I love it because, dude, the Black community has been marginalized, just not the way that they told you, right? They come
or by the people that they told you
that's
were
right.
doing it.
That's
yeah.
right. And
100%.
if we want to fix it, we got to wake up to the truth. And the truth is, the Democrats that the Black community has traditionally voted for the last 40 fucking years have intentionally made it harder for Black communities so that they can remain in power and come serve the same old promises over and over and over again. And people keep buying it. But I think we're at a point where they're starting to realize, especially with this fucking prosecution shit of Trump.
Oh, let's get into that, guys. Yeah. That was headline number 1. Let's get right into headline number 2.
Oh, did I hit it?
You hit it, yeah. Man.
You know, I don't have the fucking... People probably think I know this.
You know, Andy does not see any of these headlines or articles beforehand. This is all fresh off the dome.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
So I hit it again, huh?
You hit it.
A little Andy Damas.
A little Andy Damas going on there. About. Headline number 2, big story. There's a lot to cover here. We're going to do our best to methodically plan this out here. Yeah. But headline number 2.
Wait, real quick, before you get into headline number 2.
Yeah.
How come it is that you never see women dressed as men doing drag shows, dancing and shit in front of little children?
It's the same reason you don't see women transition to men and go fight in the UFC in the men's class.
I'm just saying, you don't see it. And then, by the way, who killed all these people in these mass shootings the last year? There was actually 6 mass shootings by transgender people.
Or people that identified in that leftist far
leftist. That's correct. And every single time the media swoops in, white supremacy, and then they're like, oh,
then 10 minutes later,
and then the story's gone.
Right. Isn't that interesting?
Who's the real fucking threat here?
Exactly.
Who's the real threat? People are starting to see the real threat. And here's the dangerous part for this community of people. There are some really good people who are transgender. I know a bunch of them. I really do. I got people in my family that are transgender. They're fucking wonderful human beings that live great lives, okay, that I'm very proud of, all right? This is not anti-trans. This is anti-fuck around with us, okay? We're fucking tired of it. We don't jam our shit down your motherfucking throats, okay? We aren't out there screaming in your fucking faces saying, fuck you, acting like children. Y'all act like fucking children, and you fuck with people's kids. And then you're surprised when people get pissed and hate you. Keep pushing, motherfucker, because it ain't going to be worse than hate. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be people out there like that dad that was at the high school over there
in Virginia.
What was it, the place called? In Virginia. And
at the high school, yeah.
Yeah. His daughter was raped in the woman's bathroom by a teenage boy who dressed up in a fucking skirt and claimed to be transgender.
Mm-hmm. And then they transferred him to another school and he did it again.
Those dads are going to start killing motherfuckers. So don't be surprised about it. And by the way, be smart, because remember what they're trying to do. They're intent. The only way for us to remove these motherfuckers from power is for all of us to unite and not be violent and say no. No. You're all done. We're not voting for you. We're not listening to the media. We're not watching your media. We're not buying goods from you guys to support this shit ever again. And we cancel them peacefully through unity. That's what has to happen. And that has to be gay people. That has to be lesbian people. That has to be bisexual people. That has to be trans people that aren't pedophiles.
It has to be black people.
That has to be black people.
Yeah.
That has to be white people. That has to be Asian people. It has to be Indian Americans. It has to be Mexican Americans. It has to be all of us. And if we all say, hey, no more, and we don't get violent, we'll fucking win. They will lose.
Real, man. Headline number 2 reads, former President Donald Trump under arrest.
Uh-oh.
Surrenders to authorities.
Uh-oh.
Now, dude, this is a lot, man.
Think he used a bail bondsman?
I hope so. Oh, I hope he used dog. He should have used dog.
Dog the bounty hunter.
Make that the fucking thumbnail.
Oh, my God, bro. Thumbnail. That'd be so fucking funny.
Dude, there's a lot.
Calls up fucking dog. Hey, man, I'm in shit. I need you to come bail me out.
The big back dog.
Tell me that wouldn't play into the fucking stereotype.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Fuck, man. There's a lot here, man. Let's try to paint the picture. Let's pull some whatever we can out of this fucking shit, man. So Donald Trump was arrested. Okay, former President Donald Trump has entered police custody around 1:30 p.m. in the Manhattan courthouse, where he surrendered to authorities before the upcoming arraignment. Before arriving to the courthouse, Trump posted on Truth Social, quote, "Seems so surreal. Wow. They are going to arrest me. Can't believe this is happening in America. MAGA." Trump left Trump Tower around 1:15 p.m. to surrender downtown at the Manhattan courthouse Tuesday afternoon. The media captured Trump walking to the motorcade that proceeded to escort the former president to the arraignment. He turned and gave his supporters a fist bump before ducking into one of the vehicles. Now, let's really dive into some of this, okay? So this headline, this is Breitbart, by the way. I want to, shameless plug to Breitbart real quick. I think they have done an incredible job covering this story, right? Like, I've looked at, guys, like, it takes me 2 hours to do these C.T.Is. I look at both sides, and Breitbart has been the most unbiased, kind of just, this is what the fuck it is. So shameless plug. But this headline reads, it says, Bragg alleges Trump falsified business records to cover up crimes relating to 2016 election. So it dives into it. It says, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg alleged that former President Donald Trump falsified business records to cover up crimes relating to the 2016 election. Bragg spoke shortly after Trump was arraigned on 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of New York State Penal Law 175.10. Now it says, quote, "Why did Donald Trump repeatedly make these false statements? The evidence will show that he did so to cover up crimes relating to the 2016 election," Bragg claimed. Bragg alleged that Trump, executives at American Media Incorporated, or AMI, former attorney Michael Cohen, and others developed a, quote, catch and kill scheme in 2015 to suppress negative stories. He accused Trump and others of making payments to 3 people as part of the scheme, but zoned in on porn star Stormy Daniels. Bragg claimed that Cohen made a $130,000 wire transfer to porn star Stormy Daniels' lawyer in the weeks ahead of the 2016 presidential election to hide damaging information from the voting public. Now, this has been ripped apart both left and right by attorneys, people at the highest level of respect in the law community. They've all kind of pulled back the same thing. And there's a couple of issues that go into this into this indictment. The first thing that they kind of pulled apart was, okay, well, it was to damage the election and the voting public.
So they're saying that he tried to hide these negative stories by paying people to keep the information out of the public so that he would more likely to be elected.
Correct. Right. But here's the problem. With Alvin Bragg being a DA for New York City and for the state of New York, how are you attacking it? I mean, are you attacking it on the federal level because you don't have the jurisdiction to attack that, where our federal attorneys have already declined to press charges on the same issue? And not to mention that in the state of New York, Trump lost pretty bad.
Yeah, 59% to 36.5%.
Right. And here's the other part. This is Daily Wire.
Insane.
Right.
Y'all vote for that fucking old hag bitch who fucks with everybody, who talks all this mad shit.
What about
lies to your fucking faces? You fucking thought Donald Trump was the fucking baddest motherfucker on the planet. Bro, here's what we're going to find out. We're going to find out that over the course of the last fucking 30 years, they have always had control of the elections. Yeah. That's what we're going to find out. Anyway, keep going.
No, that's massive. I mean, but like, and to that point, it's like, okay, well, what about the proof that came out that Hillary Clinton completely made up the fucking Steele dossier and paid for it to happen? Where are those
He's
charges?
Proven that on the show at 77 fucking times.
Right, but nonetheless, right? So this is a Daily Wire article. It reads, a headline reads, Trump indictment is vague about a key requirement, the underlying crime that would make it a felony, right? And so one of the things that he did that kind of made this whole fucking case crazy is that he took what is typically a misdemeanor crime and upped it to a felony charge.
This is why he couldn't get a grand jury to fucking indict Trump.
Exactly.
And it was interesting that the day that fucking he gets somehow magically the indictment for Trump, all these other countries united around creating trade alliances and
I got that later.
Oh, you got that?
I got that later.
All right.
Yeah, but like the first thing that I would like to explain to people about how an indictment works, right? Like this is when the prosecutor does not believe that it's his responsibility or to remove political bias, right? That he's not going to charge an individual. He leaves it up to a jury of your peers. He brings them into a closed courtroom by himself, no judge included, and he presents.
There's no counter arguments.
There's none.
This is just a man convincing an entire group of people that we should convict this person for this.
Correct, right? And nobody sees the evidence he's presented. None of it's fucking checked. He can literally present whatever he wants to present to these people. And so that's how we all got here. But one of the things that, and this is left-leaning lawyers, this is lawyers on the right, they've all kind of concluded on the same exact thing, that the key element of his indictment doesn't exist. It says, this article reads, it says, when New York prosecutors charged former President Donald Trump with 34 felonies, they employed a law that can turn a misdemeanor into a felony if the misdemeanor took place while carrying out another crime. But the indictment provides little explanation of what that crime is, leaving some election lawyers scratching their heads. Quote, this appears to me to be a very weak aspect of the indictment and associated statements of fact, given how critical the, quote, intent to commit another crime element is to New York's case, said Robert Kellner, an election lawyer with Covington and Burling LLP. The indictment is surprisingly vague in articulating what the other crime is, though it certainly appears that they are relying on an alleged federal campaign finance law violation. If that's the violation, the one that Cohen admitted to in the federal case, as it appears to be so, it's an awfully thin read to rely upon because the Cohen case itself was weak. And a couple of things have been pulled out. Here's another surprising thing that came out of this. I don't know if you saw this, but this Breitbart article reads, it says, daughter of judge overseeing Donald Trump's case worked on Biden-Harris campaign. Shocking. The daughter of the judge overseeing former President Donald Trump's case worked on the Biden-Harris campaign, according to report, as well as an online search. Judge Juan Merchant's daughter is Lauren Merchant, president and partner of Authentic Campaigns, a company that runs digital campaigns for Democrat candidates, according to Merchant's archived LinkedIn account. She tried to delete everything off of social media, but nothing's deleted off of social media. According to Merchant's archived LinkedIn account, she worked as the, quote, director of digital persuasion for Kamala Harris for the People from February 2019 through December 2019, which was during the 2020 presidential election. And according to the company's website, the Biden-Harris campaign was also a client. Donald Trump Jr., he tweeted this out. It says, quote, seems relevant, yet another connection in this hand-picked Democrat show trial. The BS never ends, folks. Daughter of judge on Trump case worked on Biden-Harris campaign. And guys, you see it for yourself. We'll link it on the website, link it in the YouTube description. This is a screenshot directly from the website. That's
from raising, we're authentic, it says, with a picture of Kamala Harris. From raising hundreds of millions of dollars for progressive campaigns to launch a groundbreaking digital persuasion programs, AKA bot programs, that promote fucking narratives that aren't the truth, okay? That's what digital persuasion programs. Mm-hmm. That's fake shit that they use their technology. They force the FBI to go into the social media networks and prop up narratives that no one believes in and suppress narratives that everybody believes in to make everybody feel like, holy shit, the world's going crazy. And what's going to happen here is the house of cards is going to crumble because there's very few people in real life that actually agree with any of this progressive bullshit, especially at this point in time, especially when they're paying all this money for fucking food and they're having all these fucking hardships and all this crazy shit going on. Basically, what Authentic does, allegedly, is raise money to get people in office. And so when they say digital persuasion program,
that doesn't even sound nice.
What do you think that means?
Right.
What do you think that means? What does that mean? Digital persuasion. Here's what that means. If you speak out against our candidates, we'll use our bot network to destroy your fucking Instagram account or your Facebook account. Guess who's been a victim of that? Oh, me. Guess how many times? A few. Okay. And they'll do all kinds of shit to fuck up your account too. They'll run it with they'll run comments on your posts of people that don't exist to make you, they'll hateful shit to suppress you, to hopefully censor you. They'll get your shit reported. They'll suppress the traffic. They'll even fucking buy fake followers to throw onto your account to fucking ruin your account's fucking rating. They do all kinds of shit to fuck with people who do not go along with this shit. All right. That's what digital persuasion program is. It's evil fucking shit to fuck with people that don't go along with us. These people are fucking bullies, bro. They're fucking bullies. And here's the thing. There's very fucking few of them. There's very few of them. Your digital reality has been manipulated by digital persuasion programs for literally years. And so we have all these good common sense American people who are hardworking, good, decent people who fucking think, God dang, man, the world's gone crazy. The world's gone insane. No, it actually hasn't. This is why when you go out in the real world, it's pretty fucking normal. But online, you get abused for even thinking for yourself in any way, shape, or form. Do you think that they use these digital persuasion programs during COVID? Do you think that, oh, by the way, I think there was a show that proved that. I think there was a show that proved that.
What's the show called?
I don't know. I think it's called Real as Fuck.
Dude, look at all these people that she's fucking.
Biden, our clients. Let's just name them out.
Let's name a few. Yeah.
Biden Harris, Kamala for the people, Gavin for governor,
Adam Schiff,
Ilhan
Omar, Cory Booker, AOC.
Oh.
I mean, like, come on, man.
That's the whole crew.
That's the whole fucking crew. You know what I'm saying? So how many of you guys were persuaded digitally by this fucking organization?
Bro, we ought to get some motherfuckers to run as progressives and have these motherfuckers put them in office and then get in there and switch their
And
fucking
just
shit
fucking
around.
Trojan horse the fuck out of them.
No shit.
Like what they're trying to do to the GOP.
That is what they've done it to the GOP.
They've done it.
They've done it to the GOP.
Mhm.
This is the difference between establishment and pro-freedom people.
Mhm.
Like you guys say, oh, all Republicans are pieces of shit. No, I agree. About half of them are. But there is another half that are actual real people from actual cities and towns across America who ran in their elections and won, are there representing us. And those are the people that they hate the most, which is another reason why they hate Donald Trump the most. Okay? Why they hate Marjorie Taylor Greene the most. Why they make Lauren Boebert look like a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
These people are not idiots. They're normal people that don't play along with the fucking establishment. They don't go along with the Mitt Romneys. And by the way, I believe Mitt Romney even said that fucking shit with Trump was bullshit.
He did.
And he fucking hates Trump.
Yeah. I like this little...
but it's a great thing.
Yeah.
It's a great thing they did it.
Yeah.
It's a great thing they did it because it's showing people that these people are willing to weaponize our legal system against anyone for any reason to get their way. And Biden came out yesterday, and I don't know if you saw the clip,
that video.
but what he said, he came out and said, basically, paraphrasing here, we're willing to do whatever we have to do that this man can't run for president.
Mm-hmm. He said the quiet part out
He
loud.
said it in fucking public.
I like this little client testimonial. This is from Senator-elect John Hickenlooper.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this, guys. Quote, Authentic, that's the company, did a masterful job capturing our voice and raising tens of millions of dollars online. They were great partners and a key reason we flipped Colorado's seat blue. I mean, like, come on, it's all there. And like I said, she tried to delete.
Well, I mean, bro, this is what they do. Like this, and
I just think it's funny. She tried to delete all of her social media, her
she's
Twitter.
This is the judge's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
who is the chief operating officer. That pretty much means that she's the main motherfucker at that organization. A COO is the next person behind a CEO. A CEO comes in and draws out the game plan. A COO actually does the game plan.
Gets it done, yeah.
Okay, that's what she does. She's an operator of this game plan.
Mm-hmm.
The most progressive, damaging game plan that we've had in this country in its history. And this is the judge's daughter. How far off do we think he is from her beliefs?
Right. Right. Or how about this?
The legal system is.
be,
do we know what's the symbol of the legal system?
The scales.
Yeah, and what
right.
and
Lady Justice.
And Lady Justice has what on her face?
A blindfold.
Why?
Because it's supposed to be non-biased.
Clearly, that's major bias.
100%. Because it goes down just like this, Andy. Okay, like.
And I don't give a fuck what you think about Trump.
100%. Like that's the dangerous thing, guys. It's like it has nothing to do with Trump, right? Like
no, that's not even the dangerous thing, DJ.
It's the precedence that it sets.
No, that's not that's what the left should be worried about.
Yeah.
That's the dangerous thing. Okay, because here's what's happening. You have the pendulum, and I've been saying this for literal years. The pendulum is swinging back to the right center, common sense way of living.
Yeah.
People are already showing that. Like so many people. When was the last time you heard someone leaving the right for the left? No, I'm serious. You hear all kinds of people all day long saying, man, I fucking used to believe that shit. Now I'm with you guys all day long. I get hundreds of those messages over the course of a fucking week. All right. Never, ever, ever do we get one in the opposite way.
Yeah. Man, fuck these. I'm leaving these conspiracy theories.
So the pendulum is swinging back to the right already.
Right.
And what these people are doing is desperate action. And what Trump did was a great marketing move, which doesn't surprise me because he's a businessman. All right. He could have told them, fuck you, and not went. And he had the full support of, by the way, his main rival, Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Hold on. Yeah, no shit. No shit. It's kind of funny how DeSantis is doing that pussy way of navigating the whole situation. Then me and Yoder and you do a show and say, hey, this is what he should say. And then he fucking says it.
He does it. Verbatim.
Bro. Hire me, dude. I'll fucking show you how to do it.
You need a consulting fee
Yeah.
for sure.
But I ain't doing it for fucking free.
That's what I'm saying. It got to be a fee, bro. Got to be a fee.
And you know what? I won't even do it for money. I'm going to do it for who the fuck is the right motherfucking candidate.
That's real. You don't need the money, man. That's real.
I don't care if you came in with 100, dude. 100 mil. I ain't doing it.
Yeah. But I think the interesting thing about this, and like because we've seen this time and time again. This situation with the daughter and the judge, right? This is how this goes down. Andy, you have a daughter that works in this authentic company, right? We'll pay her, we'll fund that company with millions of dollars. You guys get this, but I'm gonna have to come back and lean on your father, that's the judge, at some point in time. I'm gonna have to come cash my.
That's how the whole system works.
That's how this works, and this is no different.
Listen, this is something that's very important for everybody to understand. Our judicial branch, our executive branch, our government, and our systems of accountability in society do not work properly if people are biased and if we don't have actual Americans in these positions of power that are looking at it as a service, not as a way to have power or get money. Okay? Nobody elected to Congress, the Senate or the House, should walk in worth X and walk out worth X plus.
Yeah, 26X.
Hold on. Unless they actually have a business that's operating at home and the business grew. Okay, shit like that. This insider trading bullshit should be stopped immediately. This lobbying bullshit, like the bribing, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That shit should be completely illegal. Okay, these people should not be able to do that. And our system, if we allow that sort of influence to infiltrate our system, which our system is all about that, it's pay to play. It's all about it. That means our system is completely infected with a disease that makes it not functional. All right. So for our government to actually work the way that it's supposed to work with fairness and just laws and accountability and to be for the people, it has to be by the people. And right now it's not by the people. It's by a lot of people who are in there for the interests of themselves and not of this country. Now, are there some people in there that are in for the interests of their country? Absolutely.
On both sides.
And some of you guys will say, yeah, but they fucking took money from this guy or that guy. Motherfucker, you have to play the game to get in. If you can't afford to advertise, you can't fucking get in. Okay? So you dumb fucks who continue to pull everybody down who's ever taken a donation from anybody, you're a fucking moron. Like you couldn't run a fucking snow cone stand because you're too stupid.
No, did I ask him, okay, well, how much money did you spend to support a candidate
listen,
that was
dude,
pro-America?
Listen, you have to people have had to play good people have had to play the game to get in. That's the reality, okay? And we have to eliminate that. That has to be eliminated. Like when we talk about cleaning up the government and what should be fixed, eliminating lobbies and bribes and trading and all this shit inside is a huge deal. And it's not a huge deal because I don't want them to make money. It's a huge deal because it influences the way that they pass laws and the things that they do, which affect us, the peasants, and our lives. And so, like, dude, you cannot have people say, oh, it's capitalism fucking sucks. Bullshit. When capitalism is done right, it's the most fucking beneficial way of creating a society. The problem is we don't have that. This isn't freedom anymore, bro. We don't live in a free country. This isn't freedom. Okay, we have a government that is bought and paid for by all kinds of different interest groups going all different ways. And what they're actually doing is they're in there arguing over what these interests want instead of what's good for the people. And by the way, you know what that's called? That's called fascism. Okay, so like, dude, we have this whole group of people don't even understand the fucking what's going on, saying, oh, I'm anti-fascist. No, you're not. You're the fucking iron fist and the white glove of their fucking agenda. Like you're their army and they're using your uneducated, ununderstanding, unawareness against you.
Yeah. I want to bring up this part, sticking on this Trump case, right? Specifically about Alvin Bragg, right? And something that really disturbed me that everybody should be paying attention to. During his media press brief, this article reads, it says, the headline reads, quote, "We cannot and will not normalize serious criminal conduct. Bragg addresses media after Trump arraignment." He says, quote, "These are felony crimes in New York State, no matter who you are. We cannot and will not normalize serious criminal conduct." Now, let's bring up some stuff. since, felonies need to be prosecuted.
Well, I thought they were doing such a great job against felonies. There probably is no stuff to find.
Or how about just since March 27th of this year, just until April 2nd of this year, there's been 7 murders, 30 rapes, 291 robberies, 479 felony assaults, 275 burglaries, 922 grand larcenies, 836 assaults, 105 sex crimes, 18 shootings with 22 victims, 9 hate crimes. And that's not just in the entire country. That's just in New York City.
Oh, but let's spend $200 million of taxpayer money.
Makes sense to me.
Shutting down the fucking city for $130,000 alleged bribe that both parties say never fucking happened. And by the way, if you were going to pay hush money to someone that you fucked, that you wanted them not to talk about, you sure as fuck wouldn't do it on public record through your fucking your campaign finance.
That's exposed to fucking
Holy
public scrutiny.
Shit.
No, man.
Like, dude, the reason this isn't even getting covered on fucking liberal media is because these people not only know it's wrong, they know it makes them look fucking desperate and insane.
Yep. But I'm going to get into this,
indefensible. You can't say anything.
No, you can't.
Dude.
And it's funny you say it because CNN actually calls it out. That's exactly what you just said. CNN talks about it too.
Which part?
How nobody else is talking about it.
What do they say?
On the left leaning. Let's see. I'll pull it up here.
That's shocking.
Yeah. This CNN. Top Democrats steer clear of Trump indictment.
Because they can't.
They can't do it, man. They can't do it. But I want to talk about Bragg's quote because I was able to find a couple of other articles that completely contradict this man's message that he just stated. Like this one. It says, Soros-linked DA Alvin Bragg reduces felony charges for career criminal while hitting Trump with felonies. Manhattan, New York City District Attorney Alvin Bragg, linked to billionaire George Soros, has reduced felony charges against a career criminal convicted felon while his office pursues 34 felony charges against former President Donald Trump. This guy that they're talking about, his name is Rodney Johnson, okay? He was charged originally for a CVS robbery. He was charged with third-degree attempted robbery, and for a Walgreens robbery, he was charged with third-degree robbery, which are both Class D felonies under the state criminal code. But in court, Bragg's office reduced the charges against Johnson to mere misdemeanors and had the judge set the bail at just $1. $1. And that's just one case. The most
What did that guy do after he got set free? Do we know that?
Oh, he did a shit ton more.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, just like this guy. This headline reads, sex fiend gets sweet deal from Manhattan DA Bragg on teen rape charge. Then
attacks 5 others, sources say.
I mean, dude, it's riddled all over it. And like I said, I mean,
we got that going on here in St. Louis too, all day long.
Yeah.
And
all these Soros-backed.
Every single place that George Soros has contributed money for a prosecutor, this exact thing is happening.
Yeah. And I mean, so they're trying to paint the picture the day Donald Trump surrendered, right? Painting the history books.
Listen, bro.
It's all a crock of shit.
Listen. There's a couple things that this could be. Let's talk about the options. All right. Let's analyze the situation. Number one, he could be completely guilty and they could be enforcing the laws. Unlikely. All right. Could he be guilty? Maybe, but they're not enforcing the laws equally. Because if they were, they would do the same shit to Hillary Clinton for the shit that she did. And they would be putting these people in jail. And we would, I actually, real talk, if they were enforcing all the fucking laws the way that it should be, and this guy really did whatever the fuck they're saying he did, which I don't think he did, because why the fuck would you pay 130 grand on public record to pay someone to shut the fuck up that you fucked? You wouldn't do that.
That you didn't fuck?
You would. They both say
didn't happen.
Okay. It's weird, dude.
It's super weird.
All right. Like you guys who don't have to, we're not thinking it through. You wouldn't do it. That's not how it would be done. Okay. So second thing, this is a massive positive marketing move for Donald Trump. Okay. He's very smart. One of the smartest business strategy guys that I've ever been able to observe. You guys can say whatever the fuck you want. You guys can hate him. You can hate his opinions. You can hate this. You can hate that. You can hate him as a president. What you can't do is deny what the fuck he's done in his life. The guy's been successful. He's a fucking winner at everything he fucking does. And you can say, oh, he's got an ego. Yeah, everybody who wins all the time.
If you were winning like
ego.
that, you'd probably have a little ego.
Dude, it's necessary in the formula of that individual.
Yeah.
Okay? I think he could use a little bit more on the other side of that.
For sure.
Okay? I think I think his ego creates a scenario where he gets some people around him that aren't the best fucking advisors. And I think there could be some improvements there. That's my take. Or it could also be that Donald Trump is playing along with them and walking us into legitimate fucking communism in this country. Okay? Because there are things that don't make sense. Like how he continues to brag about this vaccine when it's fucking people up. Like he continues to talk about, there's things, and I'm not saying that's what's going on. I'm saying it's a possibility.
Yeah.
All right? There's also
none of this shit even makes sense.
Look,
the statute of limitations.
Why did he shut the country down?
Right.
He didn't have to shut the country down. He fucking shut the country down. All right. Now, there was tremendous pressure from all sides to shut the country down, but that was his decision.
Still his
and
call.
he did it.
Yeah.
All right. There's all kinds of, in my opinion, I think if it were me, and it's hard to say because I'm not him, and I've never dealt with that level of pressure before, but I would like to think if I were in that position and I was getting all of the things that he says were actually happening, I think I would be more direct with my directions toward the people of America about what actions they should take. Because what I feel like has been happening is that we are all waiting for something to be told, like do something or do this or do that, and it's not happening. There's no direction happening. And if you're a true leader of the people, why aren't you leading the fucking people? Right? Because I can tell you this, I know a whole bunch of people that are like, okay, well, tell us what to do and we'll fucking do it.
Green light.
Right. And people are like, they're waiting. And so like the fact that there's, this is all happening and we're seeing the collapse of the financial structure and all these things, and he's not really giving any direction, AJ Dreamrare, like he's talking about, hey, Trump's one of them. And he makes good points about it. You know what I'm saying? So like, dude, there's so much confusing shit going on. It could be a number of different things. What I think it is, what I believe that it is that I believe that Donald Trump is very fucking intelligent when it comes to strategy. I believe he truly does love the country. And I believe that you guys, all the people that listen to this show that don't like him, I believe you've been taught to not like him. And I believe if you looked into any of the reasons that you say you don't like him, and you were sitting across from me right now, I could show you why those reasons are invalid. And you don't have to like his personality. I'm just talking about the narratives that have been told, right? And I believe that he saw this as an amazing marketing opportunity to go in and do this and be a part of their show, because he understood that it was going to show Americans how they were weaponizing the justice system and scare them into supporting him. And I believe it's going to work. And I think this is going to blow up in their face.
And all the polls are saying
and
that.
Here's the fourth thing that could be true. The Q theory could all be right. Could all be right. Okay? And I hate saying that. But the truth of the matter is, what like...
One of the main narratives, I remember the big points they made.
The big point was, the first arrest will shock the world. Okay? Well...
Pretty shocking.
Yeah, but the good news is, that's the first arrest, so I'm waiting for the rest of it.
No
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And then they talk about Obama seeking refuge in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw some stories, and I don't know if they're true or not, but I saw some headlines that said Obama's taking a leave of hiatus in Kenya. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not. That could be bullshit. But, also that Q thing could be just like Operation Truth during the Bolshevik Revolution. That was, and this is what I actually think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's just the same exact play that the communists used in the Bolshevik Revolution. And if you don't know what Operation Truth is, it was basically a very similar operation like Q to give people hope and maintain hope that someone's coming, so that they get walked right into this communist agenda. And by the time they walked in, it was too late and millions of people got killed. Okay. And so like, dude, that's another thing that makes me wonder, like, how involved, like who's working with who.
Yeah, that's
and the problem, dude, what we really need, bro, is we need to burn a motherfucker to the ground, and we need to rebuild it with American citizens. That's what needs to happen. So however that,
yeah,
we don't have a pure system anymore, dude.
No,
we can't, as adults, would be doing our kids a disservice to allow this system to continue the way that it's going, because our kids will be slaves. And I don't have any kids. Your kids will be slaves. Real talk.
Yeah.
So you ask yourself why I get on here and talk about this every day when I don't even have any kids. And I'm rich as fuck. I don't have to do shit. I come on here and talk about this shit because I love this fucking country, bro. And I love the fucking opportunity that it allows, because I am the product of the fucking soil of this country. I couldn't do what I've done in my life in countries that have more restrictions or less free. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I value it. And I think a big problem is that so many Americans don't value it because they haven't utilized the opportunity that they have. You know, which is why we talk about personal excellence being the ultimate rebellion so much, because it is. If you were actually able to prove to yourself how fruitful this country can be, you would value the freedom that it offers and the soil that it provides to grow our dreams. But if you've done nothing, right? Like most of these people on the far, far left, I mean, bro,
done nothing.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not talking shit. I'm observing a fact. When you look at them, they all look the fucking same. They have a look, right? They're always fucking heavily overweight. They always have something going on with their hair. They always have 15 fucking thousand piercings. They always look different than everybody else. And that's fine. That's their right to be that way. But I seriously doubt that many of those people have planted seeds in the soil of this country and grown anything. So if you haven't done that and you don't understand what the fuck it is, how can you value it?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So like, dude, it's the cultural demoralization, cultural Marxism. This is the beginning stages of communism, and people should be fucking terrified. And I don't think that anybody can save us except ourselves. I don't think Donald Trump can save us. I don't think I can save us. I don't think fucking anybody could save us. I think we all have to take personal responsibility to save ourselves. And that's what's going to save the country. And that's what's going to teach the example to the people who are watching us what's actually possible, what can be done. And that inspires people to try themselves. Like when you see someone that you know go out and do something great, and you've known them your whole life, and you see them lose 100 pounds or make $100,000 or do something incredible, you look at it and you're like, fuck, I've known this motherfucker his whole life. This is a normal motherfucker. Look what he did. Right?
If he can do
and
it.
That's the whole game.
Yeah.
And so many of us aren't like, now look, I'm going to exclude myself from this group. When I say so many of us, normally I will say me included, but I will not say me included on this, because I have worked every motherfucking day since I was fucking 19 years old to build what I have. Every fucking day. I bled for it. I sweated for it. I fucking grinded for it. I've had nervous breakdowns for it. I've sacrificed for it. I've lived a fucking life of total stress and anxiety for 24 fucking years to get where I'm at. I paid the motherfucking price. I live to a high standard. I care. I care about my fucking example. Now, do I set the very best example of anybody I know? No, I don't. I have my own faults. I'm working on those things. We all do. But the point is, not enough of us are recognizing this responsibility that we have to set this example for other people to see it. And I have done my part when it comes to that. And I'm proud of that. So I'm not going to include me in that. But we as a country need to do much better with that.
That's a fact, man. And before we get into headline number 3, we got a quick word from our not official sponsor.
This is not an ad.
You switching the game up, man. What is that?
What
are you doing?
The Citrus Blast. And I'm normally loyal to the orange.
Yeah, you are.
I like orange. It's my only color outside black and white that I actually think is cool.
Uh-huh.
That's why I own black cars, white cars, and orange cars.
Yeah.
And one green car.
You do have a green car.
That green car.
You got a red car too.
I do have a red car now. But that's car has to be in red.
Right.
All right. But I do.
Why green?
I do have this amazing. I mean, it's right in front of my face too. This amazing First Form Energy Citrus Blast that you can order yourself, believe it or not. You can order it from our website and we will send it to you. All right. Or if you want another flavor, we'll send that to you too. Or you can go to your local C-store or grocery store and you'll likely see it. And if you don't see it, you know what you should do? Ask for it.
Bro,
now, if I was getting paid for an ad, I would walk in to the office and sit down in front of me and it would be me to me and I would tell me to fucking pay me.
Yeah, right.
I would demand it.
I have an idea.
And I think me would pay me.
I have an idea.
I think me would pay me quite a bit.
I think you should run Budweiser's campaign.
Oh man,
put your face on the can.
Oh man,
man, you can remember
what a fuck up.
Oh man,
like real talk. Like, dude, you're talk about not understanding who drinks your product or uses, but they don't care. They don't care. That's what you guys don't understand. Like, I see a lot of people complaining and they're saying, "Oh, I can't believe they did that." They don't care because they're so big and so rich. They don't care. So what should you do if you disagree with that? You should support the companies that aren't so big and aren't so rich, that just make good beer and leave you the fuck alone.
And do care.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
It's very simple. And like, as much as I hate cancel culture, we're going to have to use a little bit of it to correct course. And so when we think about what these people do, you have to understand these people are not just making bad decisions. It's not just, oh, Budweiser made a bad decision.
Yeah.
Budweiser is one of the biggest companies in the world. In fact, I believe, and I could be mistaken here, so if I am, I apologize in advance, but I believe that they have a lot of World Economic Forum ties on the inside of their company.
No.
Okay, now, if you look at all the other companies that have World Economic Forum ties, and then you understand that certain things inside their companies have to be set up certain ways for the banks to actually lend these companies money when they need it, meaning ESG,
green trucks,
okay,
delivery trucks,
DEI, okay, these things, these quotas about racial color, right? And things like, bro, all of this shit has to be conducted in the proper way for them to qualify for their money. Okay, so these people, in order to get the money from the people they want to get money with, have to do these things. That's what people are not understanding. They're thinking like, oh my God, these people are just crazy. No, it's part that. This is a terrible decision. In fact, what they should have done is come out with a PR campaign and said, yeah, man, the bank said they wouldn't give us any money unless we did this, but we don't fucking actually like do that. And so fuck them. And they get more business than anybody in the fucking world.
Wouldn't have to worry about bank loans.
Bro, my company has fucking exploded the last 3 years because I stand for the shit that most people stand for. It's that red, white, and motherfucking blue, bro.
Right.
It's freedom. You can live the way you want. You can be who you want to be. Just stop fucking with other people. Treat people right. Be kind. Help people. Do the right thing. Work hard. Earn your way in life. Like, these things are in our fucking blood as Americans. Even the immigrants that come here, they don't come here to be lazy hanger-oners. That's Americans.
They're
coming here because it's a land of opportunity.
They're chasing the American dream that most Americans are sleeping on.
Yeah, dude. Amen. So like, dude, when you guys look at these things, you need to start looking at them for what they are and not just like, oh man, they're so stupid they made that decision. Bro, a lot of these decisions have to be done that way. Otherwise, they can't qualify for their shit. Meritocracy in these big corporations is dead. It's gone. They're now promoting people because they have a certain pigment in their skin, or they have to have certain biological parts. Like, if you really
cut certain biological parts off.
Bro, listen, bro, no shit. But think about it. Like, you're running a business that is cutthroat, bro. Put out the best possible product. Get the job done. Meritocracy, dude. The best people play. If we ran our fucking sports like a meritocracy, you wouldn't even watch them. But you want them in business, and you want them in culture, and you want them in life. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. What ends up happening is people get hurt because there's all kinds of jobs that certain people, for whatever reason, aren't qualified to do. And when you put those people in those positions because of whatever else besides their skill set, it actually endangers business and people's lives. And so what you're seeing is the collapse of a lot of these businesses who have bought into this thing because it's actually made them less competitive, which is why I tell you, small business owners, it's the biggest opportunity of our life, because these people are losing customers day by day by day by day, and customers are retraining their mindset to start to want to shop with pro-freedom, pro-American businesses that are not part of the fucking matrix network of oppression.
Yeah.
Like, people are starting to really understand, and they're adjusting their dollars. This is the biggest opportunity for small to medium-sized businesses and brands that I think has ever existed in the history of time, because people are seeing the truth about some of the ways things are actually done.
And maybe the last time there's a big fucking opportunity.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah, because I mean, once that pendulum swings back, if we do it right, it won't go back the other way.
Yeah.
You know, or at least for the next 130 years.
Well, this is dangerous, dude.
Yeah.
Like and what they don't understand, it's dangerous for them.
Right.
Because the pendulum is already moving to the right. And what they're doing by doing this thing, like with the Trump thing and this overt, like, fuck you to Christians whenever their children get killed and targeted, what they're doing is they're putting steam behind the pendulum. And that pendulum is going to swing back so fucking hard that if we do get a fucking real tyrant into power and he says, hey, we're going to kill all these people are going to be down for it. And that's the danger here. We have to remember, bro, that 80 to 90% of America are fucking good people, bro. Yeah. Whether they, we have to put someone in power that fucking wants to clean house, but also like understands where the line is. You know what I'm saying? Because, dude, this could get real bad. And this is a dangerous scenario. And I'm not sure that that's not what they want to happen, because if we get into that scenario, now we're dealing with a situation where globally we're very weak because we're compromised internally, like in a legitimate way. Yeah. And so that gives opportunity to our enemies, which most people seem to forget that we actually have, to come and take our shit. When is it easier? When is it easiest to attack your strongest enemy? When he's not looking and he's focused on something else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, dude, that's that's the interesting part about this third headline, man, is like, everybody, and I've been saying, everybody's been so wound up in this Trump indictment, arrest, right? And like we've called out on C.T.I's time and time again, right? When every single time that they, being media, being social consensus, anytime they are telling us to look over here, there's always something else going on the other side.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what headline 3 is pointing out. Let's dive into it. Headline number 3, guys, reads Breitbart Business Digest: Biden's failed energy policy on display and OPEC plus oil production cut. There's a lot of interesting things happening with here, and I don't think it spells anything positive. Biden's costly, broken promise on oil. The disastrous energy policy of the Biden administration was highlighted this week by the unexpected announcement of an oil production cut by Saudi Arabian-led OPEC+. Oil prices surged by as much as 8% on Monday, even after dipping a bit on Tuesday, largely on fears of a more sluggish economy. The price of Brent crude is above $84 a barrel and around 7.7% higher than it was on Friday. Oil prices are predicted to keep rising. Goldman Sachs has oil reaching $95 a barrel by the end of the year. JP Morgan Chase has it going to $96 a barrel. After the Saudi announcement, some analysts pulled their estimates above $100 a barrel, perhaps as early as this summer. This will mean higher prices at the gas pump for the summer driving season. And we're talking about higher than hunting Biden, okay? And at the same time, the Biden administration is refusing to refill the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, okay? So the surprise decision on Monday by the oil cartel OPEC Plus to dramatically cut crude production preceded indications from the administration of leftist President Joe Biden in late March that it was not interested in imminently refilling supplies depleted out of America's Strategic Petroleum Reserves, or the SPR. The American SPR, established to ensure that the country has sufficient fuel in the event of war and other calamities, lost 40% of its supply last year. In 1 year alone, lost 40% of its supply last year as Biden frantically emptied it, seeking to lower gasoline and diesel prices, rising rapidly as a result of sanctions on Russian oil and diminished international supply. The level of reserve in the SPR is believed to have reached 1984 levels by October. The timing of the decision to release the SPR supply in October, a month before America's nationwide midterm elections, led many to condemn Biden for endangering national security in an apparent attempt to improve the political climate for Democrats.
That ain't the only thing that's hit 1984 levels.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Now, there's a couple of other things that are going on with this that I think spell even a bigger disaster that the Trump arrest has kind of,
and by the way,
covered up.
Why did Biden drain the strategic oil? To artificially lower gas price before midterms.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just remember that.
And
most people have already forgotten that.
That's the only thing that people remember. Oh, gas prices are low right now. Vote Democrat.
Yeah.
But not realizing that the reason that they had to be lowered in the first place is because the motherfucker raised them.
I have a lot to say about this. Keep going.
Yeah. And then you got, this headline, India's oil deals with Russia, decades-old dollar dominance. U.S.-led international sanctions on Russia have begun to erode the dollar's decades-old dominance of international oil trade, as most deals with India, Russia's top outlet for seaborne crude, have been settled in other currencies. The dollar's preeminence has periodically been called into question, and yet it has continued because of the overwhelming advantages of using the most widely accepted currency for business. But that is all changing. Saudi Arabia, they're saying that they're open to the idea of trading in currencies besides the U.S. dollar. And this is a Yahoo News article, by the way. And it says, does this spell doom for the greenback? 3 reasons not to worry. Okay. And we'll get into those in just a minute. But as of Monday, this headline just came out while everybody was paying attention to Trump. This headline reads, China's yen is now the most traded currency in Russia as sanctions knock the U.S. dollar out of the top spot. China's yen has replaced the U.S. dollar as the most traded currency in Russia a year after the invasion of Ukraine led to a slew of Western sanctions against Russia. The yen surpassed the dollar in monthly trading volume in February for the first time, and the difference became more pronounced in March, according to the data compiled by Bloomberg based on daily transaction reports from the Moscow exchange. Before the invasion, the yen's trading volume on the Russian market was negligible. But Yahoo's still saying that it's okay because we're going to be okay. Which doesn't, we're okay because it's going to be okay is what we're being told. It says,
remember, whatever the opposite of the media is saying is actually true.
Right. So if they're saying it's okay, that means it's really fucked up. And I think what's even more disastrous at the same exact time was an announcement that came out from our own Federal Reserve. I don't know if you saw it.
The digital currency announcement for July?
God damn.
How'd I know that?
Well, you're smart.
Yeah. Remember I said this for like the last fucking 3 years, what the fuck they were going to do? Did I not tell you they're going to hyperinflate and devalue the currency and then introduce us on a new fucking currency? Have I not said that for fucking years?
But yeah, Trump arrest. Let's talk about it. Look over here, guys. Orange man bad.
Listen, people are going to have to reject that.
Immediately.
No, like people, like consumers, right? Like get your mind right now. You are going to have to say no to this digital currency.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to trade our own economy away from that.
Yeah, and listen, it might have to even go back to the fucking bartering days.
I don't know what it has to go back to, but here's what I'm telling you. If we don't come together, like you think the masks was a big deal, we could have rejected the masks and not even been here.
Yeah.
If we don't reject this and say, fuck no, we are totally fucked forever. Yeah. Totally fucked. And there will be no coming back for this, for freedom, the way that you and I and people that have thought of it. It's never going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. The Federal Reserve announced that the FedNow service will start operating in July and provided details on preparations for launch. The first week of April, the Federal Reserve will begin the formal certification of participants for launch of the service. Early adopters will complete a customer testing and certification program, informed by feedback from the FedNow pilot program to prepare for sending live transactions through the system. Certification encompasses a comprehensive testing curriculum with defined expectations for operational readiness and network experience. In June, the Federal Reserve and certified participants will conduct production validation activities to confirm readiness for the July launch. This is how they will track everything that you do. This is how they can cut you off if they don't agree with what you're saying. If you like the wrong tweet, they have access to control all of that. That's exactly
they have access anyway to do all those things. But the point of what they're going to do now is they're going to accelerate and make the level of control more obvious. Okay. This will be very similar to what's going on in China right now, where they have an actual social credit system. We already have a social credit system here. These people have already been evaluating us for years and years and years and years and years. There's no coincidence that the CIA's LifeLog program ended the day before Facebook was founded. All right. These people have been observing us. They have everything on us. They open up our fucking cameras. This is what Edward Snowden was trying to tell you. You guys all hate Snowden and Assange, and you say that they're fucking traitors. Actually, they're the biggest freedom fighters that have ever lived in the last fucking 100 years because they had the courage to show the truth when no one else would show it. And of course, the media makes them out to be traitors. Of course, the government makes them out to be traitors because they are traitors to those corrupt fucks. Okay. But I think it's imperative for the United States to understand just the level of surveillance that we're already dealing with. This isn't like you guys think like, oh yeah, that's not true. That's conspiracy shit. Bro, every time you open up your laptop and wank your little fucking dick, they got it on camera, just so you know. Mm-hmm. Okay. So like, dude, and they'll use that shit against you. How do you think they get shit done when they really need it done?
Yeah, not even
they
that,
pull
bro.
you in and they say, hey, look at this shit. You don't fucking do what we say. We'll put this shit in the press. That's how they do it.
What's a step further?
And it's for, no, listen, it's for every human being.
Yeah.
All of you listening, all of your shit is recorded on the stream. It's all fucking kept because in case you become a problem later on, they want to be able to go look at your shit. That we live in an entire fucking oppression matrix. We are taxed in a percentage where when we calculate all of our taxes all in, we are paying more than what we actually get to keep to our federal government. No matter if you're a 30% bracket, a 40% bracket, or 50%, the only way to not be a slave to the government is to not fucking have a job and not pay tax at all. Okay. And like, dude, we're not understanding the complexity of what is actually going on. And those men were trying to show you this truth. And you all, half the people in the country think they're fucking traitors. Mm-hmm. You know, like, would you like to know, or would you not like to know that people observe every single intimate action that you ever take? You're not free, dude. None of us are free. We're not free.
So would you say that this is like the final nail in the coffin for America privacy and
yeah,
freedom?
for 100%, bro. Like this is bad shit and people need to reject it. And like, I don't know if our government will reject it. I don't think they're gonna, because I believe that they're going to make the cash so invaluable or devalue the cash so much. I think I might've said that the wrong way. To the point where it's worth nothing. You know, in 1930s Germany, when they hyperinflated the currency intentionally, people were burning it to keep fucking warm, dude.
All right.
Okay. So like,
you won't need toilet paper. Just
yeah, right.
Use the
so
fucking
like,
bill.
dude, like they are intentionally creating a scenario where people's liquid wealth is not worth anything. All right. So they're making a situation where you must fucking get onto this. And so I would expect the economic inflation of our dollar to go skyrocketing between now and July.
Yeah.
If this is what they're really planning on, if they're really planning on launching it in July, then between now and July, they will ruin the currency.
Now, like, I mean, of course,
that's my opinion.
For sure. But of course, it's like, okay, like when we talk about who this truly affects, right? Is it the, Joe Schmo who makes, $50,000 a year? Or is this like the end all be all for the middle class? Like, I mean, who do you really truly see this really fucking up?
I'm not sure, man. Like understanding all of these things is this is not my expertise. I'm not a financial guru or genius, especially on a macro scale. So I'm not sure. But it ain't good.
I mean, because dude, the way I look at it, like, dude, the people who have, who make $50,000 a year, you have nothing really to lose anyway, right? So when they come in and offer you this new digital currency,
people think it's cool because it's convenient.
Exactly.
Like, oh, convenience is so cool.
I can get paid today.
Not real.
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
Listen, man. These people, a lot of these people that are like what we call NPCs, right? They're not paying attention to what's going on. Mm. They're like, oh, cool, convenience, digital currency. Oh, cool, okay. Wear a mask for 2 fucking years.
Is this crypto? I'm doing crypto now?
Like, bro, right, exactly. These people are smart, talking about the people introducing this currency. Yeah. And they will find a way to get the early adopters mega rich because greed will implement the system, right? All these people out here, that you see on Instagram and they're, driving Lamborghini, them motherfuckers are greedy. Okay. This is why they sell coaching about shit they never did. Okay. If those people, just like with NFTs, just like when if they can make some
metaverse,
bro, if you're not in the metaverse, bro, you're fucking missing everything.
I got 10 houses in the metaverse.
Those people are so unaware and so greedy to make money, they don't care how they make it. So they'll lie to you, they'll steal from you, and they certainly will adopt a digital currency from the federal government because these people will figure out a way that make the early adopters rich. That's how they'll implement it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to the Hollywood campaign.
Listen, this should be looked at as an absolute 1,000,000% zero fucking, we are not doing it. Because, dude, once it gets to a certain point of adoption, then all the companies have to start taking it, right? And then you have no choice. And I'm not letting my company go out of business because of this.
Right.
You wouldn't either. So, like, we have to, as citizens, say, fuck no, all together at once.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Otherwise, bro, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah. This ain't good, man.
No, it isn't. It's not good at all. And I think, dude, people still think this shit's conspiracy, bro.
Well, I mean, that should dispel it because this is not like a article from, this is directly from the Federal Reserve.
Man, we've been on this show for 3 fucking years plus, talking this shit out step by step by step. And we haven't been right about every single thing, but we've been right about the vast, strong majority. I'm talking upper 95%.
I'd say not like 90,
okay,
98.
I'm giving ourselves a little wiggle room there, right?
You're being a little liberal.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. People think this is a fucking joke and they don't understand what it's going to cost them.
No.
And like, dude, people say, oh, well, I don't care if they observe me. I don't do anything wrong. Those people are only saying that to win the argument in the moment. They don't really believe that. And so we have all these egos of people standing up for shit that they don't jive with just to win the argument. Like, dude, you can't argue that there isn't an infestation of pedophilia in the drag queen community. It's dancing in front of fucking kids. You can't say that showing kids books about fucking boners and sucking dicks and shit isn't grooming. You can't say it. We all fucking know it is. Even the people that say it isn't, they know it is too. They're just saying it is because it helps them win the argument in the moment. And for all of us to get this country back, we're all going to have to humble ourselves and say, fuck, man. All right, we got a problem. I'll work with you on this.
What I got to do.
Yeah. And like, dude, that's not happening. And so this makes me think that this will get pushed through. And it doesn't make me feel optimistic about where we're going to be,
Yeah.
But mark my words, they'll use greed to implement it because greed will attract all the vultures. The vultures will go. And then where the vultures go, everybody else will have to go because enough of them will go there that's where the fucking eating is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Guys, tell us what you think. Are you guys switching over to digital? Let us know in the comments. But with that being said, that was our third and final headline. It's time for our final segment of the show.
They're already doing the shit that people, like when people say like, oh, they could just fuck up your bank account because of your opinion. They do that already.
Kanye.
They do it. Mike Lindell, they did it to. I know a number of regular people they've done it to. You know what I'm saying?
Woken up and shit's completely gone.
Bro, motherfucker, that's why I hold my money in a whole bunch of different banks. Like a whole bunch of different ones.
Big, small.
Yeah,
absolutely, man.
Because these motherfuckers will try to flex on you if you have all your eggs in one motherfucking basket. They're already doing that shit. Like this tyrannical control system that everybody's afraid of. What the fuck do you think your phone is? What do you think social media is?
Right.
What do you think that is?
Right.
That ain't fucking fun and games. You just think it is.
Yeah, shadow banned. What do you think? Yeah, exactly.
The one thing I will say about the currency, bro, is that the United States consumes so much of the goods that are produced. These countries need us to survive, for their economies to survive. We are the biggest customer of all of these fucks. And people are surprised, like the people are turning on us. Like Japan is going to buy oil from these guys.
Yeah.
Mexico's considering
paying above the sanction price.
Yeah, you guys don't understand. Like you're not understanding who we are. We, to the rest of the world, are the iron fist enforcers of the globalist agenda. All the other people of the world see it. They see us as a bunch of fucking idiots who do the military work of the most tyrannical people on the planet, which is not the American government. It's the people above that. All right. That's how the world sees us because they're smart and they've fucking seen it over and over again. They see us go to all these different countries and fucking bomb the fuck out of them. Okay. We're not the good guys to everybody else. So you shouldn't be surprised when all the allies start bailing because they don't fucking like us anyway. They're like, yeah, fuck them guys. All right. They fucked with us here. They flexed their power there. It's like the bully brought to their knees. And the only reason those people were ever loyal to us is because they were afraid of what we could do to them. Okay. So that's not loyalty. That's fucking, that's fear-based oppression. All right. And that's the situation we've always created here with America. And now the globalists are tired of America being so strong and powerful because they want to implement a system of globalism. So they need to bring America back down to everybody else's level because they don't need it anymore. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what this is all about. But dude, people think that shit's conspiracy. Like they think, like I get so many messages from you. Oh, dude, you know, I fucking love your personal development. You know what the fuck you're talking about, but bro, you're way off the fucking radar here.
Tinfoil hat.
What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm way off the fucking radar. I've been fucking right about 95% of the shit I've said on this fucking show on 3 years. Okay?
Yeah.
Like everybody's seen it. It's in the public. You can go fucking listen to them. They're all there. In fact, I have a show that I'm getting ready to produce, the Andy Damas show, which will actually play the clips of when I said things and then show the actual reality of when it happened. And it's like fucking hours long. But I think you'll enjoy it because I say what's going to happen and then it comes out months later, a year later, here it is. I said, and I have it all documented. So like, I'm going to be able to prove it to you. I'm telling you, man, like this shit is actually happening. It's real fucking, it's the downfall of America. They're not going to stop. They don't plan on stopping. And until we realize what they're doing and then realize that we, the people, are not each other's enemy. It doesn't matter if you're trans. It doesn't matter if you're gay. It doesn't matter if you're straight. And I'm not talking about the pedophilia trans shit. I'm talking about the people who live their adult lives as trans people who leave everybody else alone. When you look at all of the people across the spectrum, white, black, Latino, fucking Asian, et cetera, Native American, all those people, all the other social groups, you know, the gay, straight, everybody in every group of every race in America needs to start remembering that we're fucking Americans. And if we don't start seeing ourselves as Americans and getting a realist viewpoint of how the world sees us, which they do see us as Americans. Right now, they're laughing at us. They're saying, look, these motherfuckers lost their goddamn mind. That's what they're saying right now. And we're over here fighting amongst each other like we're the most powerful shit out there, when in reality, everybody's taking our shit. And it's going to end up, it's going to touch you in your home. It's going to hurt you. In fact, it's already hurting a lot of areas of this country. But you have these middle-aged, middle-class, far-left wine moms who get drunk at wine parties, who continue to be loud about the fucking... Bro, you're a real fucking champion. You're going along with the most tyrannical fucking shit that's ever happened in the history of humanity. And you're celebrating and you're trying to cancel people. Those people are going to end up being kicked out of society when this is all said and done.
Yeah, there's no doubt about
that.
Right.
Because people refuse to pay attention, like all this shit y'all post, this crazy shit, all this shit's going to be, it's going to be your worst fucking enemy. Because that pendulum is swinging back. And the more that you fucking gas that shit up, the more the damage is going to be on the backside. This shit of like Trump getting arrested, bro, all them motherfuckers are going to get arrested when he gets back in power. Like
they set the precedents.
Yes. And people aren't even thinking about that. They're saying, well, they're counting on a fake election. Well, fuck, dude, I'm going to tell you this next time. If the American heartbeat, the real fucking heartbeat of America, believes this election stolen next time, they're going to start killing people. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're not going to let them steal it again. They're not going to be this, dude. When we walk around and everybody agrees and everybody's cool and there's a small minority of people, we fucking can see it. We can see it. Everybody can see it. You know how many motherfuckers that said, "Oh fuck, I got fucking played." Like I said, nobody's leaving to go to that side.
Exactly. Where's
you're
going
to tell me 81 million motherfucking votes by a dude who stayed in his basement? That's more votes than Barack Obama, bro. It's not even a defensible position. They fucking clearly did it. And now we're suffering the consequences. Ask yourself, okay, so you say, oh, Andy, that's fucking bullshit. They didn't fucking cheat. They didn't fucking steal the election. Okay. Well, then why does our administration make every single decision, every single one, the border, the printing of unlimited money, crime in the cities. Okay. And I could go on and on and on. Standing with trans people the day after Christians were killed and refusing to say that that's a hate crime when it actually was a hate crime. Letting certain criminals walk, prosecuting certain people. Listen, why do you think this is all happening now? Mm-hmm. Why do you think they put Joe Biden in this position? Like you guys are fooled. You think like, oh, he's just a dumb old man. No, they handpicked him so that you would think he was a dumb old man. And before he goes up there, they fucking give him a shot full of shit and say, go up there and say this shit or else. And that's what's happening. And it's happening right in front of our fucking faces. And we're doing nothing. We're saying nothing. You guys are afraid of a ghost. There's very few of these people. Very fucking few. They've used technology. We just talked about it. What was the term they used?
Digital persuasion.
Digital persuasion techniques. That's bots. That's false reality narratives. That's building up of their narrative and suppression of the way that people actually feel on social media. Okay? Like, dude, we're fucking losing our country for the boogeyman that doesn't exist below our bed. Right? You know what I'm saying? And like, dude, people are, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Well, first of all, use your fucking voice. Stop sitting there on the internet saying, nobody's going to do anything. No, motherfucker, you're not doing anything. You're sitting there complaining while other people are spending their whole fucking existence trying to bring awareness to what's going on and help people figure out what's going on. The second thing you can do is you can start living a higher fucking standard. You can do that. You're in control of that. You're in control of what the fuck you put in your brain. You're in control of where you spend your money. You're in control of, how you treat other people. You're in control of what you eat. You're in control of what you drink. You're in control of a whole bunch of shit. And if we raise our standards and we can teach people culturally what's cool and what's not cool, and you make their shit uncool, then you win. This is very simple. It's cultural revolution. And by the way, we have an obligation to live at high standards to show the people to the left and to the right of us, wherever they may be, friends, family, community, kids, doesn't matter, how to live better and how to hold a higher standard. And when that starts happening, we bring greatness back to America. That's when shit changes, because then we're all fucking removed off of their titty, all right, which is eat all our shitty poison food.
Social warfare.
Okay. Spend our money on our products that are bad for you. All right. Get sick because you eat all the food and you spend all the money on the shit that's bad for you, and then buy our drugs. Okay. Stay at home and watch our streaming propaganda and be good little fucking peasants and shut the fuck up and let us take 70% of your fucking money through tax. That's the fucking play. Okay. And we're fucking falling for it. And all of you guys out there on the internet who keep saying, well, that's true, but nobody's going to do shit. You're the one costing us this. You're the one. Because there's lots of people like me that don't have to fucking do this shit who are out here using the massive platform. But I had a massive platform before this, bro. I'm not one of these grifters that fucking came in to sell t-shirts. I don't sell shit. I don't sell a fucking ad. I don't sell anything. Okay? I had one of the biggest fucking shows on the internet talking about no politics, talking about just how to win in finance and your life. It's called the MSCEO Project. I gave that up to come here and talk about this. You know how many motherfuckers gave up their fucking shit to try and push the awareness of this, and how many people just won't fucking speak up? Like, bro, there's things more important than you getting some heat at your job or catching some heat from your cousin or fucking hearing some bullshit from bro, that's an opportunity to educate. That's an opportunity for conversation. That's an opportunity to maybe break down some of these barriers that have been put up between us intentionally by these elite fucks and actually have a conversation with the other side and say, bro, is this crazy? Yeah, man, it's crazy. Okay, now let's fucking talk. Dude, all of you guys out there, and I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but it's the truth. Like, you guys who aren't participating, using your voice or raising your standards are allowing this to happen. And it's going to get to a point of violence. And that's going to be bad for everybody. Nobody fucking wants that. And then you have the people who are in the positions of power who are too afraid to speak up. Look at what just happened to Budweiser, bro. Budweiser is getting fucking destroyed. And you're afraid to speak up for the fucking truth when clearly everybody supports that position. So we have cowards elected as our fucking leadership. We have people Like, dude, we have a lot of problems and we need everybody to participate or we're going to fucking lose, man. And that's not alarmist shit. This ain't going to be good for anybody. It's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for me. It's not going to be good for all of you to hate me. So like, dude, we have to come to a reasonable fucking place to say, fuck, we are actually compromised by our own government who are not acting in our interests. And we need to work together to make them have zero power over us, which we can do so by simply saying fucking no and adjusting some things about ourselves and where we spend our money and how we do shit. Anyway.
Guys, it's time for our final segment of the show. As always, we have thumbs up or dumb as fuck. Where we show a headline, we get one of those two things. So let's knock into it. Our thumbs up or dumb as fuck headline reads, Twitter slaps NPR with a dubious new tag, state-affiliated media. And everybody's fucking pissed. So, listen.
Why are they slapping that tag on everybody else?
Well, that's a valid point. A valid point. So this article reads, this is a Washington Times article. It says, is NPR, quote, U.S. state-affiliated media? Twitter and its new owner, Elon Musk, seems to think so. Over NPR's protest, Twitter placed that label on its account Tuesday night, implying that the Washington-based nonprofit news organization is somehow connected to, if not controlled by, the federal government. The designation puts NPR, which has 8.8 million followers on Twitter, in the same category as propaganda outlets like the Russian government-owned RT and the Chinese Communist Party's People's Daily newspaper. Both are also, quote, state-affiliated media, according to Twitter. Notably, however, Twitter has not slapped that label on several media organizations that are substantially funded by the government. The Voice of America, the BBC, and the U.S. military newspaper Stars and Stripes, among others, continue on Twitter without being designated as, quote, state-affiliated, a phrase with strong connotations of compromised editorial independence. So here's a picture of their profile, U.S. state-affiliated media. Now, NPR does rely on some government funding, both directly and indirectly, through the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, an agency set up by Congress decades ago to fund public radio and TV with taxpayers' money. CPB is slated to receive $525 million in its next fiscal year, money that goes to PBS, NPR, and hundreds of public TV and radio stations. Conservatives have tried for years to zero out these federal contributions. Now, Twitter NPR, they did try to kind of, I guess, hammer it down Twitter's position. This is an article written by NPR. It says Twitter labels NPR's account as a state-affiliated media, which is untrue, of course. And they're going into it. They try to get it. They're saying that less than 1% of their annual budget on average comes from federal sources.
It's not about budget. It's about who's calling the plays.
Exactly. If $1 comes from the federal government and the plays, makes sense to me.
It's about who's calling the plays, bro. Like I explained to you a minute ago. It's not just money. It's not like they're just paying people. They're also leveraging people. They're forcing people. Like this is not just about, oh, they paid them and they said this. That's not what this is about.
Yeah. But in NPR's article, it says, quote, noting the millions of listeners who support and rely upon NPR for, quote, independent, fact-based journalism, NPR CEO John Lansing stated, quote, NPR stands for freedom of speech and holding the powerful accountable. It is unacceptable for Twitter to label us this way. A vigorous, vibrant, free press is essential to the health of our democracy. Now, the best part about this whole interaction, okay, in response to an NPR email for this story seeking comment and requesting details about what in particular might have led to the new designation, the company's press account auto-replied with a poop emoji.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
And it's apparently a message it has been sending to journalists for weeks.
Yeah.
So anytime a journalist tries to fucking reach out to Twitter, it auto-replies with poop emojis. I fucking love it.
I'm
Now,
gonna start doing that too.
I mean, dude, what do you do? You know? Now, something that's interesting. This guy right here, okay? Look at this handsome fella. Guys, I have this stuff linked on the website. You can see it for yourself. But this guy right here, this is Benjamin Payne, Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He has about 1,000 followers on Twitter. He says that he, quote, sometimes he's an NPR contributing writer. Okay. He decides to tweet and tries to clap at Elon Musk.
Okay.
Okay. And he tweeted this from the Help Center, Twitter's stance on state-affiliated media accounts. Highlighting at the end, it says that, quote, state-financed media organizations with editorial independence, like the BBC in the UK or NPR in the US, for example, are not defined as state-affiliated media. Now, this was Monday or Tuesday, I guess, when they screen grabbed this. So Elon Musk clapped back. And he actually updated Twitter's policy. So the new policy says, quote, state-affiliated media is defined as outlets where the states exercises control over editorial content through financial resources, direct or indirect, political pressures, and or control over production and distribution, Twitter's Help Center reads. Elon tweet, he says, seems accurate.
Isn't that what I just said?
What you just said. So I don't know. I don't, like you said, there is an argument to be made. Like, why there's plenty of other news outlets.
Well, this could just be the precedent being set.
Could just be the precedent. I don't know. I just like the poop emojis part of the article.
Yeah.
I thought that was the best part.
Yeah, Elon's interesting, man. You know, he seems to let out just enough stuff instead of just driving the fucking hammer into these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know, I wish he would just fucking let it all loose and show everything he has and fucking tell the truth and come out publicly and it's like, say, all right, this is what I found. This is what I think is going on, and actually lead some motherfuckers, because like this dripping it out and this, you know, the Twitter files and all this fucking bullshit, bro. Like, I'm starting to think that's for publicity. Like, why would you withhold this valuable information from people from understanding what's actually going on when the country's continuing to accelerate in a downward manner very quickly?
Well, I mean,
why would you hold that?
I mean,
hold on. Why would you do that?
Well,
why would you do that, fucking Elon Musk? Why the fuck would you do that? We all fucking kind of like you. We're starting to like you a lot. And why would you continue? Why wouldn't you just let us know what you think is going on? Like, do a fucking live, do a video, tell the truth of what you think with your opinion. We want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want to hear it.
That's important. I think, I don't know, the way he does it, like, it's very interesting. I mean, we got to remember this guy, I mean, he is autistic, right? A very high level functioning.
Is he?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I think that might be bullshit.
Yeah.
He's a smart motherfucker.
But we know he does not think like a normal person.
Absolutely not. That's clear. He's
right.
He thinks on a higher level than fucking anybody else. But here's the reality, bro. You have some information that is very pertinent to us.
Yeah.
That we would like to fucking know and see.
Yeah.
And like this leaking it out over time is only walking us further down the road of all this bullshit.
Well, you saw what he did with Twitter's algorithm and how he left it to open source. And so basically people were able to go in and kind of see Twitter's code source, right?
Yeah.
And it came out that the U.S. government actually has the ability to affect the algorithms on Twitter.
Yeah. And in
real time.
And presumably every other social media company.
That's just Twitter. So I mean, he definitely, I don't know, like it's like he is doing it, but for sure, like I can see what you're saying. Like, just drop the fucking hammer, let the shit out.
It makes me not trust him, dude. And I like Elon Musk. I don't not like him. Like, I like him. I think he's brilliant. But it makes me not trust him that he's holding the information and not sharing it.
Yeah.
It makes me fucking think that he's full of shit. And it makes me think he could be part of what's going on because he's walking us down this line.
Slowly but surely.
Yes. Yeah. And like, dude, it like, I hope that's not the case. But like, bro, if you're really for the people, be about the motherfucking people. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
And I like Elon. That's not a dislike thing, dude. I think he's brilliant. I think we need him. I think he's come up with some amazing shit. I think some of his stuff that he came up with earlier, you know, people are like, oh, dude, we hate Elon because he came up with Neuralink. Yeah, but could it be a possibility that he didn't understand that the whole fucking world was going to use this tech to try to control humans? Like, maybe he actually thought like this would be cool shit. Mm-hmm. Like, we all think about technology. Like, there's a difference between us.
Grew up watching sci-fi movies.
Yes,
and shit.
They use technology, the cool, convenient aspect of it, to make us adopt shit. And then behind the scenes, it's actually meant to serve another reason. Mm-hmm. And so, like, you know, could Elon just be a dude who liked technology and thought this shit could be used to help people and shit? I mean, his body of work of evidence, I think, shows that more than it shows he's part of these people. But he's making a mistake by not letting these people have it and just being a true leader for freedom and withholding what he fucking knows. Because like, dude, we're out here trying to figure out what the fuck to do, man.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You just need a little bit more direction. That's the
Yeah.
thing, because they're like, as much as we do know,
Yeah.
you have to believe that
Dude,
there's equally
there's a
an
fucking
amount.
fog in the air. It's hard to see what's
Exactly.
happening.
Exactly.
And like, bro, we just like, he knows shit that we don't know. So fucking tell us, dude.
Yeah.
If you're really for us and you're for freedom and you're for what's right, let them fucking have it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, people will back you the fuck up.
Yeah. And there's also talks.
Bro, talk about a guy who has the chance to change fucking history, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he has a chance to change the course of human history, a chance that 99.99999% of human beings will never get in the history of humanity. He has that fucking chance to change the entire fucking course of humanity for freedom. And it might mean him abandoning some of the technologies that he's spent his whole life building. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when you talk about legacy.
Yeah, so dude, if you're really about it, be about it. You'll still be fucking rich, popular, famous motherfucker, man. Like, do the right thing.
Yeah.
I want to see that from Elon.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't mind seeing more U.S. state-affiliated media propaganda bullshit tags on these fucking outlets.
More of that.
Yeah, so I mean, what do you give this overall? We giving this a thumbs up?
Nah, I think it's a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait for CNN to get put up there.
Yeah.
Well, guys, Andy, that's all I got.
All right. Well, don't be a hoe.
Share the show.